Knock him out, AI.
Get your official NBA merchandise. Team shirts, jerseys, jackets, sweaters, and more are available at the Sports Zone store, located in the North and South Conference.
The starting lineup for this team, Indiana Pacers. Adam Whitney, Derek Paulson, and small forward, Bojan Bogdanovic. At center, Miles Turner. At the other forward position, Domantas Sabonis. At the other guard position, and now introducing the Orlando Magic. At point, 64 inches.
Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Wizards in Washington.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. When they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
And the Magic start out with the ball. And Clark, both these teams known for their defense and grinded out games like this. How do you scrape out a win?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, you've got to be good with the ball because you know there are not going to be many good opportunities or easy opportunities to score. The other thing is when you can, you've got to try to get easy scores. Force turnovers that lead to buckets. Score in transition because you know in the half court it's going to be tough going. So those are options you look at in terms of counteracting a very good defensive team.
That's a good way to frame this one. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Sabonis and Turner inside. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. And it's Bogdanovic in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Collison. Following the basket by Evan Fournier. Pass to Sabonis. Outside Turner. Pass to Bogdanovic. Just 5 to shoot. Over Brown. Bogdanovic, no luck. First quarter, just over a minute played. Fournier passes to Fultz. Orlando moving the ball around. Brown, good.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
And here's Collison, who will bring it up for the Pacers. 6-point game. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really simple. I mean, you look at the numbers, they did a better job of knocking down the free throws.
Now, here's Brown. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Bogdanovic. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved and on-time, on-target passes.
Magic have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Fournier finds Gordon. Back to Fournier. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And looking at Orlando, they're sort of cemented in this spot right now. Playing decent basketball, but not quite well enough to make up any ground and get into that next tier.
Now, here's Sabonis. Coming off a solid outing against Washington.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Nobody does it better than Gordon on the alley-oop. Boom!
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Sabonis. It's hauled in by Brown. Magic leading by 6. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection. And that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Bamba comes in for Aaron Gordon. Terrence Ross is checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Fultz. It's stolen by Brown. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Bamba. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here is Matthews following the score by Mohamed Bamba. 5 to shoot. Here's Matthews from 16 feet away. He cans it. Matthews has got his first 2 points.
Much respect. You got to give Matthews for that mid-range J now. He's automatic. His in-between game, filthy.
Ross with it. Matthews covering. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Isaac's checked in for the Magic. From the line, out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Brown.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Markelle Fultz out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Brown in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now, here's Bogdanovic. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Wizards in Washington. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Fournier against Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity.
You know, the long arms of Vucevic is annoying to shooters, and he's putting his giant frame to good use.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Thunder was phenomenal. He ended up with 25 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. Another fantastic showing in what has been a great stretch of basketball for him. Kevin, we'll see if he can keep it going tonight.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Greg, something really stoked his fire. Man, there was no holding him back. And when the player is that locked in, you just got to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Fultz, the pass to Brown. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip. Pacers leading by 6. Collison finds Oladipo. To the paint, Turner. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Fultz. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Yeah, that's the intelligent play here, Greg, no doubt. No reason to chuck up some garbage shot.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Gordon. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Oladipo taking his time here. And here's Joseph for 3.
And Fultz is serious about his defense now, always doing his best to get right into the grill of whoever he's guarding.
And so it's Indiana heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You got to like what the kid has done in this game.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
On the court for Indiana. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovic. Sabonis and Turner inside. And it's Collison in at the point guard position. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played. And that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies, and it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummins, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talked about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
And Bogdanovic kicks to Sabonis. The kick out to Collison. Shot clock at 5. Over Gordon. And too long on the shot.
Cannot give him that much room for mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. DA, thank you. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And, you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Bamba comes in for Aaron Gordon. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Fultz. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Indiana. Bamba kicks to Grant. And there's the pass to Isaac. Over Collison. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Isaac. And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position can really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster. That's not a recipe for consistent success.
In the corner, Collison with it. Oladipo trying to get open. And it's Collison that time on the assist by Oladipo.
And Collison, I think, is at his best when he's shooting the ball from a set position. More of a set shooter than a guy who shoots it well on the move.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And the Pacers call time here.
Tell you what, as a former Pacer myself, the fans have to love this young core they put together. Oladipo and Sabonis via Trey Turner through the draft. That's a very strong core to build with.
And Orlando making a change here. Ross is checked in, so an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Matthews, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Got that bucket in no time at all. And for the Pacers and their young group, Clark, they all want to grow together.
Yeah, there's outstanding alignment from the very top of the front office, obviously with the coaching staff, and then the players. Tremendous chemistry when you look at the way this team embraces one another. And Oladipo has emerged not only as the star, but the leader who's very well respected by his teammates.
But they'll get another chance. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. And the voting for the dunk contest is just about over, so let's bring up the leading contenders for you. Boy, with the players on this list, you know this year's contest is going to be a fun one.
It is, and with their places in the contest almost wrapped up, I'm sure these guys are working on their moves already.
Well, you look at Brown. He's just outside the top 20, so you'd have to think there are too many players standing between him and a spot in the dunk contest this year.
And it's too bad, Kevin. I mean, I'm sure he'd bring a lot of excitement to the contest, but let's face it, it's a crowded field of contenders right now.
And we're getting closer and closer to having our contestants determined. So be sure to stay tuned as we'll be bringing you updates very, very soon.
And partner, if we had the contest today, I'd be happy with the group we have right now.
Man, what razor-sharp focus by Matthews. Not letting the defense distract him or bother him. He's awesome at knocking down these shots.
Young with the steal. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here for the match. Mozgov, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And it's Fulton for Isaac. And Indiana with a change here, too. Oladipo's checked in. Poke loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. .27 seconds left in the third. And Matthews kicks to Young. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Bamba. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Here's Brown, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. First trip to the line for him here. That free throw good from Brown. So both teams making some changes here. And Brown drops them both. So it's the Pacers now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Mozgov, Brown out there with Gordon, and there's Fultz, and it's Ross in at the 2 spot. Young against Gordon. Young's shot is off. The Magic trail by 8. And it's Brown missing.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
And Matthews kicks to Bogdanovic. To the paint. And Young with the stuff.
Nice look there from Bogdanovic, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
Magic shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. It's Brown on the wing. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Gordon.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Oladipo, the pass to Bogdanovic. Back to Oladipo. The 3. That one's not going to go. Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Gordon. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's now 9 points for Aaron Gordon.
Defense really working hard to stop Gordon, but he's a skilled big man who knows how to use his body, especially in the paint.
Oladipo finds O'Quinn. Oladipo outside. It's good from long range. And the Pacers lead by 9.
Well, I tell you what, when he's operating in the pick and roll, Oladipo really hard to defend. He's outstanding at putting pressure on the defense.
Fultz, the pass to Bryant. Mozgov down low. O'Quinn defending. To the middle. Mozgov kicks to Fultz. 5 to shoot. Over Young. Off that one, the Indiana leaders will cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Fultz.
And you know, Fultz has a nice feel for when to let the mid-range J go. I mean, showing a real desire to make this a deadly part of his game.
Timeout called the Pacers. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Victor Oladipo.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic comes in for Mozgov. And Fournier subbed in for Terrence Ross. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there. Use the clock and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Now, here's Oladipo. T right on him. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Gordon.
Good to see Gordon coming through with a big basket. I mean, he's no stranger to these high-intensity moments.
Now, here's Oladipo, guarded by Fultz, and he gets it to go.
Outstanding concentration from the versatile scoring guard, Victor Oladipo. Big in a big spot.
And here's Brown outside. Offensive rebound. Vucevic finds Gordon. It's deflected out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. 104 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Fans, get ready for your Magic Answers.
.104 left to play here in the fourth. Clock at 4. Here's Vucevic. No good on the 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Oladipo, the pass to Bogdanovic. It's hauled in by Brown.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
To the inside. Vucevic. Money!
And Vucevic is really good about playing nerveless basketball. In other words, he's not going to let anything bother him. He's under control, he's calm, he's composed, and he's confident, and that lets him deliver when it matters most.
Out to Turner. Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there. Outside Collison. Over Fultz. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3-ball would do just that.
Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock. But they can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing now.
Oladipo outside. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Tip-off goes to Orlando. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court right now for the Pacers. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Sabonis and Turner inside. And it's Bogdanović in at small forward. Well, Orlando shooting at 51%. Really solid. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Now, you can't sleep on the athleticism of Fournier. I mean, this guy knows how to finish, and his dunks are done with style.
The kick out to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by the Magic. Vucevic has got 11 rebounds in the game. Brown, good.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Pacers trail by 4. Oladipo outside. Over Fournier. Oladipo misses.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
That one goes in.
Yeah, he's proven to be more than just a jump shooter now. Oladipo also has the touch needed to score inside.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic to the middle. Here's Brown. That shot is off. Good D by Bogdanović. Outside Collison. To the paint. Sabonis, the pass to Oladipo. Shoots over Fournier. At the top of the key, Turner. Left side, Collison. Sabonis. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Fournier dishes to Brown. Right wing. Fultz with the ball. He's against Collison. Here's Brown. Count it!
Love how attentive Fultz is. When one of his teammates has a better look at the basket than him, he gets the ball to him.
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 4. There's 31 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Bamba. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Indiana. Oladipo against Fournier, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Here's Brown, and that's an intentional foul. It's the first that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 6. 24 seconds left in the first overtime. Inside, Collison finds Bogdanovic. Now, here's Oladipo, guarded by Fultz. Oladipo, the pass to Collison. Indiana again missing. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so it's Orlando winning this one. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get up with it sometime. Try to get a corner of my house, get everything refurbished and painted and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking. Just get all